love that. But first, the movie that just came out this last Friday is called The Canyon, and it stars the lovely Yvonne Strahovski, who you know from Chuck on NBC, and she's cool. She met me at Luna Park a couple miles away. We talked about Chuck, the new movie, and a whole lot more. Last time I saw you going on a big trip.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? You did
the Great Ocean Road.
What is the Great
Australia.
Ocean? Yeah,
well, it's like the southern coast of Australia. It's very beautiful. It's kind of like, you know, if you drive up to San Francisco and you take the coastal
on the PCH.
road. Yeah, it's
right.
kind of like that, but it's beautiful. We have these natural rock formations called the 12 Apostles that everyone goes and sees, and they're just stunning.
And who did you go with?
My boyfriend.
And how was that?
It was great.
A road trip with your man?
Yeah.
Have you guys done something like that before?
No.
That'll test a relationship, a road trip.
It did. It was a very bonding experience.
Better late than never.
Yeah. He has a tendency to be a little absent-minded, and we had a couple of incidences. The main one was getting stuck in the middle of a freeway, in the middle of a lightning.
Let me ask you a question. How long have you guys been going out?
Almost a year.
Okay, almost a year. So this was a big...
This was like the hottest.
This is a big trip
for
you and your relationship. Okay.
Yeah, so...
So you broke down or you almost broke down?
We broke down
okay.
on a freeway. It's raining, there's a big lightning storm, and we're wondering what happened. And then he realizes that he put regular gas in both of the diesel tanks of our camper van. And so we had to wait for 3 hours on the side of the road for the towing truck, and ended up in some dingy little motel in a suburb that I had never been to, somewhere out, way out somewhere. And it was a very
Well, sometimes hiccups in a trip can end up being fun, you know?
Well, yeah.
This doesn't sound like one of those. Did you recover from that?
We did, except 2 days later he locked the keys in the car. So...
Are you still with this guy?
I am.
Wow, all right. Love prevailed.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about this movie, The Canyon, and what attracted you to it.
First of all, I love nature. So, number one, shooting a movie amongst great nature, like, you know, the Grand Canyon and stuff, really attracted me. And the storyline, I mean, it's interesting. It kind of rides on 3 characters. And so you have to...
Well, it feels like a romantic comedy when you first watch it. Who was the guy that played your...
Ian Bailey.
So like you and Ian, it sort of sets up this love story.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you're going to go on your honeymoon, and this is going to be great.
Yeah, and then everything goes wrong. Yeah, so there's a lot of challenging things in it. I mean, I'm attracted to sort of serious, dramatic pieces, and I loved the tragic aspect of it.
Well, what can you tell us about it, though, without revealing too much at the end?
Well, it's about a young couple who kind of have a shotgun wedding, and they end up honeymooning in the Grand Canyon. And Ian's character, it's his idea to kind of take a mule trip down into the canyon with this guide. We get stuck, we get lost, and there's a whole bunch of different things we battle in the canyon, like the natural elements, the animals that live down there, mainly wolves.
Those real wolves when you're shooting?
They are, but they're mixed with a husky. So they're trained, but they're still, you have to kind of watch out for them. And you can't just go up and pet them like a real dog. You have to be sort of formally introduced to the wolf. I know that sounds weird, but once they get to know you, then you can sort of be friends with them. And those were the most challenging scenes for me to shoot in the movie, because you'd think they would be scary as they are in the movie, but when you're actually working with them and screaming at them and waving wands around, they are timid, and they kind of shy away. And so most of the time, you know, there's a lot of tricks involved in shooting with them. It was hard. You
start out in the film, and you're sort of this typical kind of female character. Midway through, you become very, very empowered because you're in a dire circumstance, and you have to take control of this movie. That's what's fun about watching this movie.
Yeah.
People who know you from Chuck, and there's a ton of action there, and you're a very strong female character there. Is that those sort of important themes for you when you pick a role?
Yeah, I mean, I love a strong, intelligent character. But I guess what's different about this one is that she doesn't know her strengths until she's put in the position in the movie. You know, she is a regular girl who happens to get married and go on this little honeymoon, and all hell breaks loose.
We're farther from the campground than when we started this morning. I can't believe I let you talk me into this.
No. I asked if you were cool with this, and you said yes.
And what choice did I have? You know, it's like you're on some kind of a mission. You're You're always pushing and you take stupid risks. You never stop. You know, sometimes you need to face up to reality.
Oh, I'm facing it. Here it is, Lori! Huh? All the reality you want!
Yeah, thanks to you. You know, I came here only for you.
Look, here it is. Here it is, look at it. It's all ours! Ah!
Stop it!
And Chuck is returning to NBC March 2010. I know the fans had a lot of involvement in... I mean, Chuck was on the ropes at NBC for a while.
It was. We were fearful we were going to get cut, and we have nothing but our fans to thank for our third season.
What did they do?
There was a whole movement. I was in Australia at the time shooting a movie during my hiatus, so I missed out on a lot of the fun stuff that was going on. But I mean, apparently they were driving the Nerd Herd mobiles around, and they basically just protested that, you know, to
They
save
made
Chuck.
enough noise, and NBC picked it up for a third season.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
What can we expect for Chuck in the third season? Zach starts to learn how to fight finally and become a man, is that right?
We're exploring this new intersect that he has in his head that sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. We've got lots of fun guest stars, lots more action. The fight scenes are looking really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
I have.
You have?
Well, there's one particular site that is always up there at the top called Strahovski.com. Someone made a website called Strahovski.com, which is flattering.
What I do, no offense by the way, but I just click images.
Oh, right.
I don't even get to the web text. I just get right to the photos. And it's all these screen grabs of you from your various little uniforms and costumes that you've had to wear.
They seem to be the favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like all these sort of dudes, you know, just like you in a Catholic school uniform.
Yeah, or in nothing at all.
What did your family think about all that back in Australia?
Well, I didn't have any family in Australia. I'm
Well,
the
that's
only
good.
Australian. My parents are here with me.
Okay.
And
What do
everyone
they
else
think
is
about
in
it?
Poland. But they...
What did your family in Poland think about it?
They think it's wonderful. I mean, I haven't specifically talked to them about the topic of me in bra and underwear and that being all over the internet, but they're very supportive of the show and of everything that's going on, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you speak Polish?
I do. It was my
Fluently?
first language, yeah.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Can you speak a little something? Can you just say something in
What
Polish?
do you want me to say? What should I say?
Just say like a greeting, like Carson was very nice to talk to you today. I hope everybody goes and sees my movie.
Dobrze, było bardzo miło z Tobą dzisiaj porozmawiać i mam nadzieję, że wszyscy pójdą, żeby zobaczyć mój film.
Now there'll be dudes that will take that and slow that down, and that'll be on the internet.
Yeah.
It's always good to see you, Yvonne. Thank you so much.
You too.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for coming to Luna Park.
Thanks.
Yvonne Strahovski. Thank you. The Canyon, by the way.